And through it all, Lovelle Mixon's name hung in the air not as a martyr, but as a cautionary tale, a symbol of what happens when systemic failures, personal trauma, and unchecked violence collide. Who was Lovelle Mixon? In the aftermath of the killings, a question lingered in both headlines and households. Who was Lovelle Mixon, really? To law enforcement, he was a violent ex-convict, a predator, a murderer. To the media, he was a symbol of urban collapse, Oakland's worst fears realized in one man's descent into violence. But to those who knew him personally, friends, family, even former classmates, the picture was more complicated. Mixon had grown up in one of the most economically challenged parts of the city. East Oakland was and remains a place where poverty is endemic, education often under-resourced, and opportunities scarce. From an early age, Mixon had been entangled in the juvenile system. He dropped out of high school. By 18, he was behind bars for armed robbery. His time in prison, by all accounts, did nothing to rehabilitate him. He came out worse than he went in, said one family member anonymously. The system doesn't help guys like Lovelle, it breaks them, then blames them. But others within the same family admitted that Lovelle had changed in disturbing ways. He became more paranoid, more aggressive, at times unrecognizable. Former neighbors described him as polite but distant. A woman who lived across the hall from his sister's apartment recalled that Mixon would often help carry groceries, but she also remembered hearing loud arguments and what sounded like violent outbursts behind closed doors. Police later discovered that Mixon had begun acquiring weapons illegally in the months leading up to the shooting. Whether he was preparing for a showdown or simply living in fear, no one knew. But it was clear that Mixon wasn't just running from parole. He was spiraling towards something much darker. The rape allegations were the final, damning revelations. Evidence showed a clear pattern targeting vulnerable women and girls, always at gunpoint, always brutal. These were not crimes of desperation. They were crimes of control and sadism. The public debate over systemic injustice versus personal accountability lost steam in the face of such evidence. Whatever sympathy some may have felt for Mixon's upbringing was washed away by the details of his crimes. The boy from East Oakland had become something unrecognizable, a monster in the eyes of many. Fallout in the ranks. For the Oakland Police Department, the shootings triggered a crisis unlike anything they had faced before. 4 officers dead, 1 criminal responsible. But beneath the tragedy was a deeper problem. How had this happened? Internal Affairs launched multiple investigations. The officers involved in the original traffic stop had followed protocol, but questions remained.